Welcome back to Liquid Plays. We are still doing that 500 subscriber giveaway. The link is in the description below, and I'm also putting a link to the video right up here. Today we're going to talk about World War II and supply drops, the things that we hope will be in them and the things that we pretty much know are going to be in them. Supply drops are a guarantee in World War II. I don't see Activision ever pulling them out of any future games because Activision, if you don't know, actually owns Overwatch because they own Blizzard Entertainment. And so in 2016 alone, Activision made over $3.6 billion in microtransactions alone. That includes Call of Duty supply drops. That includes Overwatch crates, whatever they're called. I actually have never actually played the game. And then World of Warcraft pets and stuff like that. So people buy all of these in-game items, and I understand it. You see somebody walking around with some cool Diablo pet thing in World of Warcraft, and you want to buy that. You want it for $20. Boom, I want a cool pet. I've got extra $20 this month. Let me blow it on that. Oh, I want some extra supply drops to maybe get that new camo or that new gun. $20 will get me 2,400 COD points. Let me get that new whatever. And I understand that sometimes it's just easier to pay for something than to spend the hours upon hours working to get that gun or to get that camo or to get that pet that you want. So with that said, we just know that there are going to be supply drops in World War II, and we need to get over that. We need to cut out the negativity. We need to focus on what could make them good and focus on the positivity behind they're just going to be there. So let's just take a bite, chew, and swallow. So today we're going to talk about 10 things that could be in the World War II supply drops. Now, starting this off, one of the things that I hope Sledgehammer does is I hope they let us know exactly how to get the keys for the supply drops in-game and how to get salvage or parts in-game. That's always a mystery, and it would just be nice to know that from the beginning. Just tell us how we're going to get keys. Is the amount of kills we get, the amount of wins we get, the amount of time we spend in-game? Is it contracts? Is it missions team? Is it infantry? Is it armor? Is it cavalry, or what is it? Armed forces. I don't even know what they're doing in World War II right now. But just give us specifics on how to earn these keys. The number 10 thing that I think is going to be inside of the supply drops is going to be salvage and parts. Salvage, of course, was from Infinite Warfare, and the salvage system was really, really smart that they put in there. The same thing came over in parts for Modern Warfare 1 Remastered. The cool thing about salvage and the cool thing about parts that set them apart from Black Ops 3 was in Black Ops 3, if you got a supply drop and you wanted a gun, that was the only way you got the gun, was through supply drops. You couldn't save up stuff to purchase said gun. But in Infinite Warfare and in Modern Warfare 1 Remastered, you were able to save up your salvage from your crates and your parts from your supply depots credit stuff to work towards unlocking guns or melee stuff or outfits and whatnot and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think the number 10 thing they're going to put in there is definitely to be salvage and parts, because the community reacted well to that. Okay, if I can't get it automatically in a supply drop, at least I can work towards it. I can save up my parts to get that epic or legendary variant of the gun. The number 9 thing that I hope that they're going to put inside of these supply drops is they had this in Black Ops 3, and that was extra keys. In Black Ops 3, man, you could open up a 30 rare supply drop, 30 key rare supply drop with your crypto keys, and there was always a chance of you sometimes getting 3, 5, maybe even 10 crypto keys in there, which we were like, okay, I pretty much only spent 20 crypto keys then on this crate, this rare supply drop, and it gave me a whole bunch of other stuff. So keys, or in World War II, maybe they're going to call them like ration forms or requisition forms. Keys is just easier to say, so maybe it's just going to be keys to unlock some World War II supply drops. The number 8 thing that we are most definitely going to see inside of these World War II supply drops is going to be camos. Camos have been a staple inside of Call of Duty for a very, very long time, and people are always pushing to get their gold, pushing to get their diamond, pushing to get their black sky camos for their weapons. And so getting some extra stuff inside of a quartermaster or inside of a black market area is something extra for us to go for, and so they're going to put those most definitely inside of the crates for us. Also, another thing, what about some camo on our lethals and on our tacticals? Imagine being able to put some camo onto your claymore to maybe camouflage it more, actually use the camo for the right reason for different maps and stuff like that. Or maybe you want to put snow camo on your claymore in a desert map, or maybe you want to put desert camo in a jungle map. I don't know, maybe you just want to put different camos on side of your grenades that you're throwing, or your tactical grenades and stuff like that. That's another cool thing. The number 7 thing that we're probably going to see inside of World War II supply drops is going to be extra outfits, face paint, hair, helmets, and also scars and tattoos. I put those all together because those are more of a cosmetic thing that we're probably going to see inside of Call of Duty World War II, the supply drops. Inside of Modern Warfare 1 Remastered, their supply depot has a lot of customization, a lot more outfits, a lot more different body structures and face paints and hairs and nose shapes and berets and just outfits all over the place. And people are going for that customization. People customize themselves very, very crazy inside of Black Ops 3, a little bit too much because they gave us that option to, but having some extra stuff and different hairstyles and the scars thing makes me interested because yes, in World War II, man, we had people that got into the wars, got into the gunfights and would actually get burned. And so there would be battle scars, there would be burn scars, cuts, bruises, and stitches, and maybe even some war paint going on would be great inside of the supply depots. Now, the number 6 thing that I think they would be putting inside of World War II supply drops is a little bit more extra customization that we haven't seen before, and that would be patches and medals. Now, yes, in real World War II, you didn't see random soldiers walking around on the battlefield with a whole bunch of medals and patches all over the uniform, because most of the time that signified that you were of a high rank, you were an officer, you were a colonel, or something very, very important. Somebody that if you were a lone soldier that wasn't wearing those patches and you saw that guy over there with his fancy shoulder pads with the thingies hanging off of them and medals and stuff like that, you're like, I'm gonna shoot that dude because that's their commanding officer, so the chain of command is gonna fall apart. But maybe some patches or some patches or some medals or some emblems on your uniform would be cool. Speaking of that, let's just knock out 3 things that I also think are going to be added inside of there. We're going to have extra accessories on your weapons. We saw that in Infinite Warfare, like the demon skull or a hot dog with bacon hanging from it. You're going to also see some stuff like reticles, or for your scopes, you're going to see, you know, different looking crosshairs. And then we're going to get emblems and calling cards. Those are always a staple. Those are given right there. So those are just some added things that I included in for you guys that aren't actually in my top 10 list. Number 5, a new possibility that I thought of a couple days ago while I was drinking some G Fuel would be different voice profiles. Instead of you throwing a grenade and it always saying grenade, or if an incoming grenade comes in, you don't just say grenade, you're like, oh no, we're gonna blow up. I don't know, it sounds stupid. But let's say if you're, instead of just screaming reloading, you know, you're yelling, I'm out of ammo, does anybody have an ammo pack, or, you know, different stuff like that. Throw in some different voice profiles even for the person you're playing. Maybe you want to play as a Russian, and so there's going to be different Russian types of voice packs. Those are things that you could see them unlocking because they've been putting in paid voice actor voice packs going in there, you know, like Snoop Dogg and Ozzy Man and things like that inside of the game for you to purchase, but maybe throwing in some really, really cool stuff for you to unlock inside of supply drops. That would push it up a little bit more. The number 4 thing that we're probably going to see inside of Call of Duty World War II supply drops would be weapon attachment variants. I've been seeing these a lot in Black Ops 3, and maybe having, you know, a different looking fast mag variant would be one more area of customization that we would see inside of World War II supply drops. Call of Duty players like to be unique. We like to dress our characters up as much as possible, and without putting you know, rainbow colored camo on our guns, maybe our duct tape looks different on our fast mags, or maybe our grip looks different on our gun. Maybe we can change up the way that our scope looks on our sniper rifle, or our stock looks a certain way. Those weapon attachment variants would be an authentic way, because people had to customize their weapons inside of World War II. They couldn't be like, oh no, my gun's not working. Hey, can I have another one? No, you've got like 5 rounds and that's it. You have this war. That's the only gun you're getting too. So have fun. Maybe some, you know, decorations on the actual weapons, you know, some weapon variants for the attachments going on right there would look great. The number 3 thing that we're probably going to see inside of Call of Duty World War II supply drops is, of course, weapons. Now, this is an issue. People say that there should only be cosmetics inside of the supply drops. They don't like the idea of you possibly being able to get a weapon, and they think it's unfair because people might just pay a jack ton of money to get that better weapon. And a lot of people believe that the new weapons in the supply drops are more overpowered than guns they've already used. I personally think that a good player can play with a dingo in Black Ops 3 and still take out a skilled player that's using the overused Kuda or overused VMP in Black Ops 3. So having the weapons inside of the supply drops, there's a double spectrum. Some people really, really want it because they like to be surprised by getting a new weapon. I'm in that club. And then there's those that don't like it and they just want there to be, you know, decorative, cosmetic skin stuff. And number two, we just spoke about weapons. Number two, most possibly we're gonna have weapon variants. It worked out in Advanced Warfare. It's working out in Infinite Warfare. It's an extra way for people to grind, to get more stuff, to stay in the game. They're gonna expand the longevity of the game by actually making you work for keys and parts and stuff to get those weapons, to get those weapon variants. And again, it's on the same spectrum. Some people really, really love the weapon variants. Some people really, really hate them. But again, it's going to make it to where Activision is going to make more money off of their games through microtransactions to again hit that $3.6 billion. If you guys are liking these videos that I'm dropping for you guys, I really encourage your support. I would just ask for you guys to like this video, to comment below. Tell me what you're liking about what I'm doing. Tell me what you don't like about what I'm doing. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that, man. We are just growing fast and I appreciate all of you guys for throwing those views up on my videos and of course growing the subscriber base, man. It does make me feel like I'm actually accomplishing something with the amount of time I put into these videos. I like your feedback. I want to know if I'm doing good or not. And with that, let's knock out this number one thing that I think are going to be put in the World War II supply drops, and that is score streak variants. Now, there are some people that don't believe there are actually going to be any kind of score streaks inside of World War II, but I just thought about something the other day. In the video, the gameplay reveal trailer, not even the multiplayer reveal trailer, we see somebody in the single player campaign using, and it might have been a cinematic or whatever, but using a flamethrower. Man, a flamethrower would be crazy overpowered if it was a main weapon inside of the World War II game coming out. So that could easily be a score streak right there of you being able to get that. And so maybe being able to have a variant, a score streak variant on something like a flamethrower or whatever score streaks they're going to have, having that score streak variants is again another way to customize and give us some longevity to the game of pushing towards unlocking those extra variants and making them do different things for different times or different looks. Who knows? Thank you guys for sticking with me for these 10 things that could be inside of Call of Duty World War II supply drops. Again, my name is Liquid. Don't follow your dreams, follow my YouTube.